The Big Fight, sponsored by 666bet.com.
This is James Herder for IFL TV in association with Matt Gill's Gym, our band 666bet. I'm at the big press conference today for Gennady Golovkin versus Martin Murray. With me I've got K2's Tom Loeffler. What's happening, Tom?
Hey, how are you?
I'm very well, sir.
Good.
First and foremost, welcome to the UK.
It's great to be here. I mean, I've been hanging out with with Murray's manager the last 2 days, and it's been an interesting time in London. But it's it's great to be here, and we really appreciate the warm reception that we've gotten at the press conference today. And I think this is it's going to be a tremendous fight in February with Martin Murray.
So it's fantastic to have GGG here. It's first time in London.
Yeah.
Fair play to Channel 5 and Mick Hennessy for getting the work done and getting him over.
Absolutely.
You know, with the visa problems, we wasn't too sure if he was going to arrive. Was that ever a worry for you?
It was. I mean, there's no control over the UK consulate. He applied down in Munich for the visa, and he has a green card in the United States. He's a resident of Germany, but it took a little bit longer than we anticipated to get the visa for the UK. But we're happy it finally happened. He got it yesterday, and so then we just postponed it for a couple of days, and now it's we've had a great reception here in London.
So GGG, a Kazakhstan boxer,
yeah,
lives in Germany,
yeah,
fights in America,
yeah,
and occasionally in some
in Monte Carlo.
In Monte Carlo.
Yeah.
His English seems to be coming on a lot as well in recent months. Do you think that's a fair statement?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he understands that his style is very marketable in the ring. It's very he tries to put on an exciting style, but he also has to be able to communicate with the press and with the media and with his fans, and that's really why he's become so accepted in the U.S. With everything that he's accomplished there, and we're just looking to expand his fan base. And this fight here now against Martin Murray is a huge fight on an international basis, shown over 100 countries worldwide, and when you get the two best middleweights in the ring fighting each other, that's a big statement.
Did you happen to watch Martin Murray versus Sergio Martinez?
Sure.
What did you think of that fight?
I thought he won that fight. I mean, he knocked down Martinez a couple of times, and we thought he should have won the fight. Although, with the crowd there in Argentina, he might have been better off not winning the fight. But even with the Sturm fight, we look at Martin really as an undefeated fighter, and he's a big guy, really big middleweight, and definitely the biggest challenge that Gennady's had so far. And when you get the two top in their division fighting, that's all you can hope for in boxing. It doesn't happen all the time, but here we have it February 21, and that's something that we're looking forward to. Only with someone like Martin get in the ring with them will everything that we've been saying with Gennady or about Gennady can be proven in the ring. You can't prove it just by us talking about it. He has to prove it in the ring, and we've had such a difficult time getting opponents to actually agree to get in the ring. That's why we have a lot of respect for Martin agreeing to the fight.
Daniel Gill, Marco Antonio Rubio, his last opponents.
Yeah.
Martin Murray seems to be a sterner test than them. Would that be a fair statement?
Well, Gill was a two-time champion, so you can't really take anything away from him. He beat Sturm in Germany. He beat Stieglitz in Germany. Not Stieglitz. Anyway, he had actually won 2 titles in Germany, and so you got to give him a lot of credit as being a 2-time champion. And Rubio has a big punch. He has a lot of experience. He knocked out Lemieux, and so you have to give him a lot of credit. It's just Gennady is on such a different level right now. It's Robert Sylvester is who Gill beat. But anyway, Gennady is on such a different level, a higher level than anyone he's been in the ring with. That's why, you look at Macklin was a great challenge, and Gill was a great challenge.
Sponsor of our company, Matthew Macklin.
Big ups to MGM
Gym
in Marbella. Yeah.
Please don't be hitting any more sponsors.
So, and Matthew has a lot of heart. It's just when Gennady gets, he gets up for those type of challenges. I mean, at that time, Matthew was definitely the biggest test for him, and he got up for it. And same thing with Gill, and now with Martin. So he gets motivated by having a bigger challenge in the ring. And so when you see, Gill only going 3 rounds, or Matthew going 3 rounds, it's no disrespect to them. It's just Gennady has such a big punching power and motivation to prove his excitement in the ring, and that's what really makes him such a likable fighter.
Do you think he could go up to super middleweight?
Oh, absolutely.
In the future?
Sure.
Sooner rather than later?
I've told Eddie Hearn a number of times he would go up to super middleweight with absolutely no problem to come and fight Carl Froch. I mean, it's step by step, and Gennady's focused on Murray, and so is Abel. It's my job to plan his fights down the road, and that would be a massive fight here in the UK.
See, the super middleweight division, as you know, in the UK is booming at the moment. We've got some great super middleweights with Carl Froch being on top of the pile.
Absolutely.
It'd be an absolutely great contest, wouldn't it?
No, I mean, Froch has really proven himself as a great warrior. He had 2 impressive wins, over George Groves. But that's a type of fight that Gennady would get up for, and he has no problem coming over here to fight here in the UK. And that
would actually come to fight.
Absolutely, he would fight at 168. He would fight here in the UK. There's really no reason for that fight not to happen, because with the fan base that Gennady brings with him and everything that Froch has done, that would be a huge fight. But again, it's a step by step. There's no way we're taking Martin for granted. He's a warrior, but if everything goes the right way in February, a fight between Carl Froch and Gennady Golovkin would be one of the biggest events in boxing.
I'd like to talk a little bit about Tyson Fury after his win against Derek Chisora on Saturday at the XL Arena. He's now the #1 contender to face WLADIMIR KLITSCHKO. Do you think this fight can be made sooner rather than later? What are your thoughts on it?
Depends on the timing of that. I mean, he's been named the WBO mandatory challenger, so it really depends on how the timing works out. We're currently planning Vladimir's next fight in the spring. And then after that, we'll just have to see how the timing works out for the challenger. But Tyson's a very marketable character and a great boxer himself. And you bring what Vladimir's established in the ring, really a historic heavyweight championship run, and then the marketability that Tyson brings in the ring. And that's a great combination. That would be a massive fight as well.
There's no doubt commercially it makes sense, but in boxing terms, do you think the fight will happen? Your honest answer.
I think the fight will happen. I'm not sure exactly when, but absolutely. I mean, he's become the mandatory challenger for the WBO. Vladimir's never avoided a mandatory challenge. He's got 3 titles, and so he has a lot of mandatories coming up. But Tyson has earned the right to fight him, and at some point, when we can put that fight together, it'll be a massive event.
All right, well, listen, Tom, thank you for answering my questions so honestly. It's great to have you in the UK, sir, and enjoy your time in London while you're here.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
All right.
Cheers.